Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the lab. Mr. Power here. If you are concerned about the chemistry exam coming up, make sure to favorite this video because right now we're going to talk about hydrocarbons and the differences between alkanes and alkenes. This may be a 6-marker or this may just be a bunch of little questions put together. But either way, this is something that's most likely to appear on your next GCSE. Let's take a look. So the first thing to take a look at are our first two vocabulary words. First one is hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbon is any molecule that's just made of hydrogen and carbon, nothing else. So if there's any other atom in there besides hydrogen and carbon, it is not a hydrocarbon. Now this all comes down from crude oil. So crude oil is a mixture of hydrocarbons. So remember, a mixture is something where you have different substances together, but they're not chemically bonded together. So crude oil is in the earth, and basically this is decayed plant matter that's left for millions of years. And this is a mixture of hydrocarbons. So all the different hydrocarbons that you need to know, they are a mixture inside the earth called crude oil. And then what we do is we harvest the crude oil, we separate it using fractional distillation, which we will cover in a different video. But there are two main types that you need to know, alkanes and alkenes. Let's take a look. So here are some of our alkanes. So alkanes can be identified with their chemical formula of CnH2n+2. So what that means is that for every carbon you have, we are going to have 2 times that number plus an additional 2. So for example, if we look at methane, methane is CH4. So for every 1 carbon, if we plug it into, so C1, H, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4, CH4. If we go down to ethane, ethane has 2 carbons, so it's C2, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we go to our chemical formula, C2H, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Now, the reason alkanes are so important is because alkanes are what we call saturated hydrocarbons, which means that they have 4 bonds on each carbon, and that's because each carbon is linked together by a single bond. So alkanes, single bond, alkanes, single bond, alkanes, single bond. However, your alkenes are not saturated. They are unsaturated, and that's because there is a double bond between the carbons. So this is ethene. So alkanes end in A and E, methane, ethane. Alkenes end in E-N-E, and that's because there's a double bond. And always remember, because E is the second vowel. A-E-I-O-U is the second vowel. Most common ones you need to know are the first 4. Methane, ethane, propane, butane. Methane, ethane, propane, butane. Methane, ethane, propane, butane. Or monkeys eat peanut butter. See you next time.